you see these signs beginning to unfold in your life, you are not guessing anymore. You are at the doorway of riches, and nothing can prevent their arrival but your own disbelief. Wealth does not descend suddenly without warning. It announces itself in the way you think, in the way you act, in the kind of people who appear in your life, in the way you feel about money itself. And the very first sign, the foundation of all the others, is your recognition and belief in the law of attraction. Once you grasp that your thoughts are not idle flashes but magnetic forces, once you see that they arrange your environment, summon people, create opportunities, and build bridges where none existed before, you have stepped onto the road of fortune. You know that the mind is not a plaything. It is the workshop of wealth. What you repeat within it with faith and emotion will shape the outer world until it conforms to your dominant picture. That is no longer theory to you. It has become conviction. You hold a definite desire in your mind with clarity. You bind it to a definite date. You fix upon a definite plan of service you will render in exchange. And you repeat it until the idea becomes part of your very identity. Your imagination ceases to be idle daydreaming. It becomes a drafting room where you design the riches you intend to claim. You no longer hope that the world will someday treat you kindly. You insist upon it by first treating yourself with authority and belief. At this stage, you stop asking permission to think big. You stop lowering your plans to fit the doubts of others. You understand now that the law of attraction does not reward wishful thinking, it rewards definite thinking. Thought mixed with belief, mixed with persistence, moves unseen currents that carry you toward riches. You feel a calmness growing inside you because you have tested it. You have witnessed how your repeated mental pictures begin to pull opportunities in directions you once thought impossible. You sense that the world is malleable, that circumstances bend to the determined spirit. Where others complain of bad luck, you recognize the simple reflection of their chaotic thoughts. Where others shrink in fear, you sense an open gate. You have discovered the law, and you have allied with it. And this belief does not stay locked in your mind. It changes your entire bearing. Your voice carries conviction. Your eyes radiate certainty. Your posture reflects purpose. People feel something different about you, though they cannot always name it. They sense a stability, a direction, a force. They respond to it because the world is naturally drawn to those who know where they are going. That is the silent magnetism of the law of attraction at work. You stop wasting time arguing with doubters. You recognize that doubt is simply faith turned backward, and you refuse to let another man's weak belief cancel your strong one. You speak less about what you cannot do and more about what you will do. You train your inner conversation until it becomes an iron chain pulling you forward. You begin each day by affirming the wealth you are creating, not in vague terms, but in specific numbers, in definite time, with definite service. You fall asleep at night seeing yourself already in possession of the fortune, feeling the weight of it, the use of it, the joy of it. This repeated practice transforms belief into reality. Now the world begins to bend. Small coincidences appear. A meeting falls into place at the exact right moment. A stranger's advice unlocks a solution. A chance encounter turns into a business opportunity. These are not accidents. They are the echoes of your thought. You realize that the law of attraction is impartial. It delivers to you whatever you continually broadcast, whether riches or ruin. And now that you have chosen to broadcast riches, you will see riches. You recognize this change most clearly in your inner life. Fear no longer commands your decisions. You have dethroned it. Worry no longer rules your nights. Purpose does. You measure your progress not by the temporary state of your bank account, but by the clarity of your mind. You know that if you continue to hold fast to your picture, to affirm it with emotion, and to act in harmony with it, wealth must arrive. It cannot do otherwise. The law does not fail. This is the first great sign, the root from which all others spring. If you believe in the law of attraction, if you know in your bones that thought mixed with belief and action will draw wealth to you, then you already carry the seed of fortune. Without this sign, the rest are impossible. With this sign, the rest become inevitable. The next sign arrives quietly at first and then all at once. The cast of characters in your life begins to change. Do not resist this. It is proof that your inner order is reorganizing your outer world. When your purpose sharpens and your belief hardens into steel, people who once fit the old design will not fit the new. Some will drift, some will protest, some will stay and rise with you. Your task is simple. Allow what must leave to leave and welcome what must arrive to arrive. Loyalty to your future must be greater than nostalgia for your past. If you value your destiny more than your comfort, you will find yourself surrounded by men and women who multiply your power. You will notice the change first in conversation. The topics that used to hold your attention, complaints, rumors, the tiny dramas of small days, lose all flavor. You want to talk about targets, systems, customers, leverage, service, scale, quality, pricing power, and cash flow. You want to analyze constraints and design solutions. You want to set dates, assign owners, and move. Those who live on gossip will find you boring. Those who live on growth will find you indispensable. This is healthy. Let conversation become a filter. Anyone can speak of dreams. Only builders are eager to discuss the structure required to realize them. Do not argue with cynics. Outgrow them. When a man sneers at ambition, he is telling you the limits of his own. Thank him for the information and keep walking. You cannot afford to defend your goals in rooms where goals are treated like crimes. Go where goals are treated like obligations. You will know you are in the right room because people ask better questions. What is the exact outcome? How will we measure success? What must be true for this to work? What resources are required? What is the next irreversible step? What risk deserves rehearsal? Better questions build better fortunes and better friendships. Curate your circle with precision. Choose 3 kinds of allies: a mentor who has done what you intend to do, a peer who is building at your level and will tell you the truth without varnish, and a learner who is hungry and keeps your standards sharp by forcing you to articulate them. Meet with them on a cadence. Bring data, not drama. Bring decisions, not excuses. Share playbooks and postmortems. Celebrate results, not intentions. Hold each other to timelines you would be proud to show a banker. If a person consistently arrives with emergencies of his own making, he is a saboteur of schedules. Wish him well and remove him from the path of your commitments. Discipline your access. Your time is a vault. Not everyone gets a key. Set office hours for non-essential requests. Use your calendar as a contract with your future self. Protect the first hours of the day for building, not browsing. If someone will not respect your boundaries, he will not respect your destiny. A short, polite no is cheaper than months of resentment.